morning, everyone. Executive Director Clement Chan, my good friend. I won't say my old friend, my good friend. Principal Ron Rambaran, honored guests, teachers and staff, parents, family members, and especially graduating students. I want to begin by congratulating each of you graduates on your personal accomplishment in getting to this very important day in your lives. Today, we celebrate your graduation from this great school, Columbia International College. You young students have bravely come here from 25 countries around the world. Many of you probably have never been outside your home country before coming to Canada as a 16, 17, or 18-year-old. Perhaps I should say bravely coming to Canada. Many of you are the first person in your family to attend university. Today is a day you will long remember. The day that you finished one exciting chapter in your lives to begin another even more exciting chapter. Again, congratulations. Let's give the graduates a round of applause. Today is a special day for you, and it is also a special day for me. Not just because I am here speaking to you at your graduation. I know this is going to be overwhelming for the students, but it was more than 50 years ago, 50 years ago, in 1964, that I graduated from high school and went on to university. That may be more applause than I got in 1964. That I graduated from university and went on to, graduated from high school and went on to university. First as a student, then as a professor, and now as a dean. More than 50 years later, I am retiring from the university. In fact, this is my last day as a university professor and a dean, a position I've held for more than 20 years. When my good friend Clement Chan invited me to speak to you today, notwithstanding the efforts of my office to prevent it on a last busy day at work, I immediately agreed, thinking that this was the perfect way for me to end my university career. A professor speaking to students on the last day of his university life and on the first day of the next exciting chapter of your lives as you head off to universities in Canada and elsewhere. So 50 years after I sat where you're sitting right now, what have I learned? I do not mean what facts do I know, what did I cram in my head, I don't mean that at all. What fields have I mastered? What new knowledge have I contributed to the world? None of that. That doesn't mean it's not important, but that's not what I'm going to speak about. I mean, what have I learned about life? I am violating the rules of convocation speeches by having 4 points instead of 3. We'll see if I can get away with it. I have 4 messages for you, members of the CIC 2015 graduating class. My first message is that you are not alone, not now, not ever. You would probably not be sitting up here today if you'd not had your own personal support network. Many of those, but unfortunately not all of them, are sitting in the audience today, and I'd like to invite the graduates to show their appreciation to their parents, family members, friends, and of course their teachers, many of whom are sitting here and there, who believe that you could do it and who helped get you to the historic moment. Graduates, I think you owe all these people a round of applause. What I'm saying to you is that your personal support network will remain important throughout your lives. Do not burn the bridges to your past while building bridges to your future. The road ahead for each of you will not be straight, but it will be a richer journey for you if you connect your past with your present and your future. Never forget where you came from. Never forget where you are. Never forget where you're trying to go. My second message to you, a little more low-key, is the sombering news that your journey is not finished. As a matter of fact, it's just beginning. What you think is an end is actually just another chapter. To paraphrase American poet Robert Frost, you have promises to keep and miles to go before you sleep. Each of you who walks across this stage to receive your degrees should be more keenly aware of your potential, have sharpened critical skills, and be prepared to be engaged citizens in the increasingly globalized world in which we find ourselves. You have the opportunity, indeed the responsibility, to reshape your home country and the world around us, to find new solutions to old problems, and to deal effectively with others that we can't even imagine. Be passionate. Be bold. Think for yourselves. Do not accept the limitations of conventional wisdom. As I'm reminded by a sign on my desk that I believe I got at my high school graduation, actually, from my mother, and it said, "Nothing is impossible." And that sign's still on my desk 51 years later. Nothing is impossible. You're here. Well, here, how about this? 36 years ago, a younger Clement Chan and his sister Pauline, somewhat younger, don't get excited, a somewhat younger Clement Chan and his sister Pauline had a vision for an international boarding school. First year's enrollment, 9. 36 years later, nearly 2,000. He was bold, he was passionate, he believed in himself, he did not accept conventional wisdom, or none of you would be here. I think we owe him a round of applause for that. In case I haven't gotten my point across yet, here's my favorite line of the whole speech. Irish writer and poet Oscar Wilde said, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." What a line. You are a unique person. What we want is that really passionate, committed, determined you. Don't try to be like everybody else. The world will increasingly belong to you. For some of us, sooner rather than later. And we are counting on you to make it a better place. You can make a difference. This notion, which I hear from my own grandchildren who are your age, some of them, that they can't make a difference. You can make a difference. You need to believe that because it's true. You should make a difference. You have an obligation to do so. You must make a difference, or the global environment in which we live will not survive you. You can, should, and must make a difference. There's no choice, so there's no point fighting it. My third message is that while you have come to Canada from around the world, and you are still citizens of the 25 countries from which you have come here, really, in a certain way, you've changed your citizenship. You are now global citizens, citizens of the world, and your perspective should now be broader, more international. Having come to Canada from 25 different countries, you now have an invaluable comparative perspective on the social, economic, academic, and political models that will reshape the 21st century in your image. Your international experience in studying abroad is, in my opinion, just to slightly disagree with our principal, is, in my opinion, the most valuable gift that your parents have given you, our graduates, today. Yes, I'm coming to the end. Don't worry. My final message to you is that you need to remember to give back to others just like you. You have received an education from your teachers, support from your families and friends, encouragement from your peers. At university, you will benefit from programs and courses offered by a blend of internationally well-regarded departments and schools at many different universities in the humanities, social sciences, and various professional fields. As your personal journeys make you ever more successful wherever you go, please remember to give back to others, just as others have given support to you. We are counting on you, CIC's newest graduates, to encourage students to come to Canada and to Columbia, and to extend a helping hand to students wherever you are living who might benefit from your experience and insight. Later on, as you get more established in life, I hope that you'll take a student, just like you now, to lunch. Give them a pep talk. Make them feel that they can do it. I hope that eventually, if you're financially able, you'll be in a position to create scholarships at Columbia or at universities that you're going to, just like the ones that many of you are benefiting from. Give back. You'll feel great about it. Graduating students, I congratulate each of you, each and every one of you, for choosing Canada, for choosing Columbia International College, for choosing to be ambitious in your studies. Never lose that ambition. Keep your priorities straight, personal and professional. Let me wish each of you success and marvelous satisfaction in the journey that lies ahead of you. Congratulations.